Okay, so I weighed in at 16 stone 13 this morning, and I wasn't expecting that, so that's a big achievement for me. I thought I might weigh about 17 stone 1, or at worst perhaps 17 stone 2. So my blood pressure is normal, as is my blood sugar, and both of these without medication. So I'm in a comfortable ketosis, and I have to say that's well worth getting into. So I said last time that I would bullet point what I've learned since the 13th of April when I started this, and I was weighing in at 19 stone 3, and I had a week in Turkey before that, and I was sort of like 19 stone 6 before that. I didn't like the food too much, so I didn't overeat while I was there, but it was 19 stone 6. I've got to sort this out. That's what I thought. Okay, so firstly then, this is what I've learned. I've proved to myself beyond any shadow of a doubt that the diet is by far the most important thing when it comes to losing weight. The evidence is, look at all the fat that I have burned without doing any exercise at all. So from 19 stone 3 down to 16 stone 13 is a reasonable amount of weight in a month, and all done without any exercise at all. And so that's all been done without any exercise whatsoever. So don't let anybody ever tell you that it gets harder as you get older. I mean, I've never been as old as I am now, and look what's just happened. It just depends on what you do to get the results. And so I couldn't do any exercise if I wanted to. Well, I do want to, but I can't because there's no fuel in the tank. But let's have a look at this again. The maths says it all. 2,000 to 2,500 calories are needed by a man each day on average, and in this case on the Lipotrim program 800 is going in. That leaves a deficit of 1,200 to 1,700 being burnt from the body fat. That's where it's made up from. And the ketones are the thing that are responsible for that, and they're also responsible for numbing the hunger. I'm just losing my script a bit here. Okay, so okay, so it's logical to conclude that when I change my diet back to normal food eating, it will be just as important for stabilising my weight and preventing me from gaining body fat back. So the Lipotrim diet has been researched, planned and tried and tested, and it works. Whereas normal eating for me that I'll be going back to, well, that hasn't been tested. That's what we have to bear in mind. This is where everybody slips up. You go back to something that isn't tried and tested, and this is where it comes undone. So I've concluded that I must prepare for this time, and I'm doing so by consulting a dietitian to plan a route forward for me, rather than try to guess my way and risk putting the body fat back on again. So I will be keeping a food diary and an exercise diary, and I suppose you could view these two terms loosely as I'm looking after the income and expenditure, and it's really my job then to learn to balance the books. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. I want to try and keep this video shorter than some of them. So we've gone too far, just a tad too far. So let's go back up again. Okay, so yes, I'll keep keeping the food diary, and the exercise diary is the income and expenditure, and me learning to balance the book. So okay, so we've dealt with the dietitian bit as well, and this is something personal to me. I've taken some steps to rectify an old shoulder injury from the gym. I've got a pain here, and it's where the muscle joins the bone, and I've made an appointment to get a cortisone injection, which should sort that out, all being well, and then I'll be able to go back and train properly. Because if I don't do that, then I won't be able to train properly, and I really don't want that. I want to go in and get myself fit again, and using weights as a sort of weapon to get myself back in shape. Okay, Okay, so I also think that my head is also one of my best weapons, and right at the beginning I made a commitment to this programme and promised myself that I wouldn't cheat, no matter how hard it got, and I've kept to this. If I say something, then I do it, I stick to it, my grip on it is unwavering, my will is very strong, and I won't be beaten. If I do get knocked down, you better believe it, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to come back harder than ever. That is my mentality, and this is why I'm winning on this. I think it's fair to say that that's what I mean by having my head being the strongest weapon. What you think affects how you feel, and your feelings control your behaviour. So if you think the right thoughts, you'll end up doing the right thing and stay out of trouble. So finally, what I've learned is that ketosis is a precious state to be in, and that's the thing that keeps the fat burning. If you remember this, you won't be tempted to start picking at food and, oh my goodness, is that a slippery slope? I've heard about people doing this and I think, oh, that's it. I already know this too well. I've done it myself in the past, not on this particular diet. I know better. And if you do pick stuff, it's a vicious thing. It just, well, I got away with a few chips. Okay, tonight I'll have it, and it just gets more and more until eventually you start to slip. You don't get the results you want, and you give up. Well, whose fault is that? Your own. So I say, don't do it. Stick to it. I've kept things comfortable for myself by putting coffee in the vanilla shake. The chocolate one, I also put coffee in it. Actually, I like that. And I've always added the chicken soup, the hot soup in the evening, some chilli and garlic. That's my way. It won't be for everybody, but you've got to find a way. Maybe you might get away with a chicken oxo cube or something like that, but I'd check it out with Lipotrim to start with. Nice lady called Bernadette I spoke to once there. A lot of help. Okay, so why am I succeeding? Well, I just apply common sense and my knowledge that I'm picking up along the way, and I hope this sort of thing will help others. I'm not a genius doing this at all. That's how I do it. It's just with a bit of common sense and a bit of knowledge. So next video, I think what I might do is show you the big trousers and stuff, what I used to wear, and how much I've slimmed down since then. It inspires some people, so it might be a good reason for doing it. My wife made me buy some new clothes, and I was overwhelmed by a bout of tightness because I really didn't want to buy any new clothes, but the ones I had at the time, she said, you're not coming out with me looking like that, because they were just hanging off me. So I was made to buy some more clothes by my missus, and my big spend on a wardrobe is going to be before we go on holiday when I'm at the end of this. So I don't want to spend any money on interim clothes and then find myself too small for them. So I'll see you all again in video 9 when I should be well on my way to 16.5 stone. That'll be next week. Okay, we'll see you then.